If you're tuning into the channel for that raw, unfiltered take on NFL drama, today's episode is a gut punch. Veteran pass rusher Za'Darius Smith, fresh off signing with the Philadelphia Eagles in early September 2025, dropped a bombshell on Instagram Monday. He's retiring midway through his 11th NFL season at age 33. After just 5 games with Philly, where he notched 1.5 sacks, 10 pressures, and started 2 contests, he's calling it quits, citing a mix of emotions and readiness for his newest season of life. No drama with the team, per league sources. This is purely personal. But why now, all of a sudden? And is this the red flag that spells doom for the Birds' defense? Let's break it down like we are suiting up for battle, complete with historical parallels to early retirements and why this could haunt the Eagles all the way to the playoffs. Why now? Timing that feels too perfect or too suspicious. Smith inked a 1-year, $4.25 million deal with Philly right after their Week 1 revenge with win over Dallas, aiming to juice up a pass rush that was already sputtering. He was productive in spurts. His 9 sacks across 2024 with Cleveland and Detroit showed he still had that all-pro fire, 3-time Pro Bowler, remember? But his snap count dipped to a measly 25% in the Eagles' ugly 34-17 loss to the Giants on Thursday. Part of a brutal 2-game skid where the defense looked like it was auditioning for a blooper reel. The why now boils down to this. Sources close to the situation say it's 100% personal. No beef with HC Nick Sirianni, no locker room whispers. No contract gripes in his IG post. Smith reflected on his improbable journey from 1 year of high school ball in Greenville, AL, to 70.5 career sacks and 343 tackles over 145 games. At 33, he's not ancient, but the NFL grind trades, injuries, constant relocation wears on you. Recent ex-buzz from Eagles legends like a certain unnamed vet is raising eyebrows, hinting at possible burnout amid Philly's defensive woes. Think about it, the Eagles are 4-2 but reeling from back-to-back losses, with their Super Bowl defense from last year nowhere in sight. Smith might have seen the writing on the wall, another season of chasing rings on a sinking ship. Nah, he's out. Fans on X are reeling too. One post called it a stunner straight out of NY Post headlines, while Packers fans where he balled out as an all-pro are mourning the abrupt end. It's not sudden in the sense of overnight drama, but the timing right after a defensive meltdown feels like a mic drop on Philly's chaos. Early retirements, when stars walk away and leave what-ifs behind. Smith's exit at 33 isn't that early by NFL standards. Average career, 3.5 years, anyone, but for a guy with juice left in the tank, it echoes some legendary bailouts. These aren't washed-up vets. These are primes cut short by injuries, burnout, or bigger calls. Here's a quick hit list of NFL Avengers who hung him up way too soon, pulled from the Hall of Regrets. Barry Sanders, running back, Lions, retired at 30 in 1998, 1,457 yards shy of Walter Payton's record. Reason? Lost love for the game and frustration with Detroit's mediocrity. Left with 15,269 yards, could have been 20K plus easy. Luke Kuechly, linebacker from the Panthers, bailed at 28 in 2020 after a Hall of Fame trajectory. DPOY in 2013, 7-time Pro Bowl. Concussions and a shoulder injury zapped him. He just couldn't risk. Calvin Megatron Johnson, wide receiver, Lions, walked at 30 in 2016, still dominating 1,964 yards that year. Injuries and Lions dysfunction did him in. Retired as the fastest to 11K yards, but could have chased GOAT status. Andrew Luck, QB, Colts, shocking 2019 exit at 29. Cumulative injuries, shoulder, ankle, you name it, broke his spirit. He was tired of the pain treadmill. Chris Borland, LB, 49 years, 1 season, 84 tackles as a rook in 2014, then poof, retired at 24 over CTE fears. Ultimate what if Jim Brown, RB, Browns, left at 29 in 1966, at his absolute peak, 8-time rushing leader, 3-time MVP. Ditched football for acting and activism, retired as the all-time rusher. Bad sign for Eagles? Huge blow. Smith at 1.5 sacks, team high among edges in a rotation already gutted by IR stints for Nolan Smith and Obo Okoronkwo. Leaves thin depth hunt. Oosh Johnson, Oyolari with 1 combined sack, forcing GM Howie Roseman to hunt trades before the November 4th deadline amid a shaky Super Bowl defense. Smith's out, but the fight's on. Eagles fans, hit that sub button on Athletic Avengers for weekly deep dives like this. Drop in the comments, who's your biggest retired too soon NFL hero? And would you trade for Myles Garrett to save this D? Smash like if you're hyped for Week 7, and we'll catch you next time.